Hi guys, long time no speak. It's been a while since I did a cooking video, so I thought I would do a quick chicken pasta today. Because we all know that I love pasta, and it's probably one of the quickest, easiest meals that I can make after work. So that's what we're gonna do. So I just start with chopping my chicken breast with a pair of scissors because I'm avoiding having to wash up a chopping board. And I just season it up with some salt, pepper, paprika, and chili flakes. I will put the detailed description of all of the ingredients and the process in the description box. So yeah, I just fry off the chicken chunks and make sure it's nice and golden, but also not too overcooked because we all know that chicken breast can go quite rubbery and dry when it's overcooked. So yeah, I try and make sure that I don't overcook it and just get it, right. And now I'm just chopping up my red onion. I think it's half a red onion here. Doesn't have to be too small, doesn't have to be too big, just perfect. And then I'm also gonna chop up some sun-dried tomato. So yeah, I like to let my onion kind of cook out a bit. I don't like big pieces of like raw onion. I like it nice and caramelized and soft. So I'm just stirring it, cooking it down, and then I add my garlic towards the end so that it doesn't get burnt because yeah, burnt garlic is very bitter. I'm adding in my sun-dried tomatoes. Probably added in a bit too much sun-dried tomatoes, but I like tomatoes, so I don't really care. But you can add a little bit less if you're not too crazy for them. And now I'm adding about a tablespoon and a half of tomato puree and letting that cook down. Now I use lacto-free cream in my recipes now because a lot of people that I cook for are kind of lactose intolerant. So I use this cream. I think it's quite good. The only thing is, I kind of wish I had a little bit more when I made this recipe because I think it could have been a little bit saucier. But I only had one bottle, so I had to kind of make the most of it. And now I'm adding in my parmesan. I know, lazy, I'm using already grated parmesan, but this is a quick recipe, so hope you guys will forgive me for that. So I'm adding in my parmesan cheese and letting that cook down, just stirring it in, making sure that it's nice and creamy and cheesy. So then I get started on my pasta. So I used tagliatelle. This is actually fresh tagliatelle. I saw it in the store, so I thought, why the hell not? So yeah, I'm adding that. I think it only took about a couple of minutes to cook because it was fresh and not dried. And then bringing it back to my sauce and dunking in the pasta. I think you could probably use any pasta here. I also like, obviously, linguine, penne, whatever you have, doesn't really matter. I think sometimes I even, if I don't have like enough of one pasta, I sometimes mix and match, which is probably not what an Italian would want to hear, but yeah, I don't mind combining pastas. So yeah, I'm just letting that cook down. I'm also adding in a bit of pasta water just to make up for the fact that I don't have as much cream as I would like, and also adding in my spinach. I love spinach in pasta. I pretty much add it to all of the pasta I make. I always add a lot because we all know spinach cooks down to nothing. So yeah, I give that a stir, add in a bit more pasta water. That you can adjust this based on how much cream you use. So if you had more cream than me, you might not necessarily have to use as much pasta water. But yeah, I'm adding in a bit more just to make sure that my sauce remains loose. So yeah, now I'm adding back in my chicken, giving it a good stir. Everything's coming together now. It looks good. I could probably eat it straight from the pan at this point, which I'm actually doing. That's quite funny. But yeah, I think at this point, just testing it for seasoning, I decided to add a squeeze of lemon and a touch more salt and pepper. But yeah, just adjust it to your liking. And now I'm just heaping it on a plate and getting ready to give it a try. Just topping it off with a little bit more grated parmesan and getting ready to give it a try. I was really happy with how it turned out, and I will definitely make this again. See you guys in my next one.